April is here, and it's a month all about growth from plants and flowers to plans and goals. And in this video, I'm really excited to be setting up my planner with all those things in mind. And I cannot wait to show you the pages that I'm using to keep blooming this month. So I'm using one of my Creative Faith planners I designed, and I've been really loving using this planner this year. And the layout has blank margins to really allow you to customize this planner to fit your goals and needs. For the setup, I am using a distress oxide ink, and it's in this kind of periwinkle color and you'll see that sprinkled throughout all the pages. And I love starting with a cover page for the month. I used my favorite technique of a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree to apply the Distress Oxide ink. I love this way for getting color down on the page in a really simple, not messy way. And then I cut out April from my hand-lettered months printable in the Creative Faith Etsy shop. And then to set up for the month, I am using my spring journals and mugs printable. I released this last year and I love it so much. It matches the Creative Faith spring guided journals, and I just think it is such a pretty one to use. So I cut out the one of the hand-lettered phrases that says spring early mornings, Bibles. Oh no, I'm trying to read it from the computer. Birds, early mornings, birds chirping, flowers blooming, patio ponderings with the Lord. So all sorts of beautiful things for spring. We got birds outside and time outside and flowers and growth. And I just love this season. I used to not really like spring very much, but now, since I love being outside a lot more than I used to, I love planting things in our garden. And so now I really love the season of spring. And these cute little mugs remind me of all of those beautiful things ahead in this season. And I added the months down the side with using Avery removable tabs. So you saw me kind of take it up and down that little white tab for April. And so now I'm working on setting up the monthly setup. I love my Creative Faith planners because it's the perfect combination of setup where it's already done for you. Like I used to love bullet journaling, but I got tired of drawing all the little boxes. So I love my Creative Faith planners. All the boxes are drawn for you, but there's also lots of room for your own creativity and how you want to set things up. And so I am just adding the months down, and I was using one of my Creative Faith pens, which I love to use in my planner. And then I'm using the same technique. I have that Distress Oxide ink, and I'm putting it down with the makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. Again, this is a super simple technique. It's one I use a lot because if you found a favorite, why change it? So I'm just putting that down all over the page, and then I will have room to do some little decorating. And the Creative Faith planners are undated, so if you are looking for a planner right now, you can pick one up. I'll have this Creative Faith planner linked down below on Amazon, and then I have it in this Moterm planner cover. The planners come bound, and then I take it to Office Depot and have them put a spiral binding on it. And so I just love using this to help keep me organized for the season. This is another one of those hand-lettered months or hand-lettered phrases from the spring printable, the spring mugs and journals. So it says, New season, same God. And then I am also pulling out the hand-lettered months printable again. And the cool thing about printables is that you can use them over and over again for your personal use. So be sure to dig through the files of your computer and see what spring printables you have and reprint them and use them in your planner this year. I also have a page on the Creative Faith website. I did at the end of last year, I relaunched the Creative Faith website and I have a whole page for spring things. So it has all different spring printables and products and videos. So I'll have that page linked down below and you can check that out if you are looking for some spring things. On the bottom, I put another one of those hand-lettered phrases from the spring printable. It says, trusting in the Lord this spring. So I decided to keep the monthly setup really simple, and I just put one little mug on there, as well as those couple hand-lettered phrases, and then I was moving on. So on the next page, it is dot grid pages, and so you can, again, customize this and make it your own. Each month, I like to have a bill tracker on the page, and this is kind of a really important page for me to keep track of the bills I had paid and the ones yet to pay. And this is a printable in the Creative Faith Etsy shop, and then I printed it at I think it was 62%, so it would be small enough to fit in the A5 size planner. And then on this next side, I am adding a couple different things. So first, I printed one of my new printables, the Spring Bucket List printable. And I'll have this link down below in the Creative Faith Etsy shop. And I really love how this turned out. So I use those spring mugs around it, and it comes with various themed bucket lists. So there's like a wellness one, a rest and relax one, a faith bucket list, and then a couple of generic bucket lists, as well as a blank version. So if you wanted to make your own. But I also really love having a spot for a prayer on this page before the weekly layouts start. So my idea was to turn it into a giant tip-in. So I used some washi tape to make this little door, and I really, really love how this turned out. So that way I could have my spring bucket list as well as a prayer for the month ahead. For the prayer page, I am using a Creative Faith notepad that's in my Etsy shop. So if you haven't picked up this notepad yet, I released it last year and it's perfect for to-do lists or prayers or gratitude. And so there's a lot of fun things you can do with this prayer. You could use it for prayers with this notepad. And so I'll have that linked in the Etsy shop if you want to grab that. And then I added a few other printables for the bill tracker page. And then now I am writing a prayer for the month ahead. I love doing this at the start of a new month, the start of a new project, the start of a new journal. I just love taking time to pause and pray and give it to the Lord. And I love prayer journaling. It's a really big part of my faith walk. And so having all of these prayers at the beginning of the month in my planner is something really special. So I had the notepad page in there, and it was perfect because the bucket list, I when I printed it at like 62% also, it perfectly covers the prayer. So if I wanted to write something more private or personal, I could, and have it covered. Obviously, this one isn't that private or personal because it's on YouTube for everyone to see and read. But I hope my prayer pages inspire you to pray for the month ahead. Lastly, what we're going to set up in here is the weekly layout, the first week, well, the end of March into April. And I know you're seeing this as this particular week is coming to a close because I just didn't get the voiceover done fast enough. I did film this before April started, but then my period started and it just totally wiped me out this week. So, um, you could take this as inspiration for your second week of April if you want. And so I'm doing the same technique that I did on all the other pages because I love to have the first weekly layout of the month match the monthly pages I set up. So I used the same Distress Oxide ink and the same printable, and I just kept it super simple, put a few of the elements down. I did want to add some washi tape because I have this adorable green washi tape that I thought matched the printable and just seemed very springy. So I wanted to add that on the top to just give it a little something extra. And plus, I try and use washi tape as much as possible in my projects. So that is what the setup looks like for the month of April. Let me know in the comments below what is something you're looking forward to for the month of April. I'm not sure what what am I looking forward to. I'm not sure yet. It's been just a busy season, but I'm excited for hopefully nicer weather and more time outside. So be sure to check out all of the resources I mentioned in the description box below in Etsy or Amazon. And thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. And I also have a playlist of all of the Plan With Me videos I've done so far this year in this planner. So if you want to check that out, I'll link that below. And thank you so much for watching, friend. I pray that you have a blessed April, and I will see you in the next Creative Faith video. Bye!